My dad and I have been having an ongoing dialogue about Why do you keep turning blue? If I back up a little bit? No, you still turn blue. Is that better? Yay, lighting! So, we had an outreach at our church 2 Sundays ago. There's a bike race. Well, it's a triathlon, but the bike race part goes right past my house is here and the church is here. They're like 3 miles away. The bike path goes past my house, and then at the church it turns and goes this way towards the highway, which is a problem because this intersection near my church is very, very busy and congested. Plus, with traffic from our church, it's like a nightmare. So one thing my church decided to do was to hand out like information papers with water and snacks for the people sitting in the cars, just so they would know why they were stuck in traffic and to be patient and all that stuff. I volunteered to help this past time, and I actually wore this shirt, which was good because I didn't have to wear a safety jacket. So as I was standing on the side of the road waiting for a traffic jam to form so I could start handing out waters to people, I was talking with our group's leader. And he was explaining how when people find out we're from the church on the corner, they're really impressed and pleased that we're not trying to peddle the gospel, that we're just trying to give people water. That's a big testimony to them. He's like, it's not about shoving the gospel down people's throats. It's about trying to meet a physical need. And I'm like, interesting, because this conclusion is somewhat converse to what I talked about in my video 2 weeks ago. Anyway, so I was talking with my dad about this, talking about how physical needs must be met before spiritual needs can be administered. I said, well, isn't the spiritual need the most pressing one? Yeah, your body is going to waste away, but it doesn't matter if your body dies. Our spirits are dead. Our spirits need resuscitation. Our spirits need the gospel. That is the most pressing need. But then John Acuff posted a quote on his Twitter that said, "It's hard to hear what you have to say when my hunger is so much louder." And it's true that that as Christians, we're supposed to be filling both the spiritual need and the physical need. We're supposed to take care of the poor and the oppressed and the orphans and the widows and the hungry and the ill. Like, that's our job. And it's also our job to tell them about the gospel. How do we balance the spiritual and the physical need? Because it seems to me that the spiritual need is that much more pressing than the spiritual need, and yet people can't really listen to us until we take care of their physical needs. But if we're not ministering the gospel alongside these physical, tangible blessings, then people are going to walk away being cared for, but still being empty, and we're ignoring their most fundamental need. What was I saying? How can we evangelize in such a way that meeting the physical need and the spiritual need is concurrent? And is that the way all evangelism ought to be happening? Problem with concurrently evangelizing with our works and our words is that people think we're only doing the works because of the words, not because we have something inside of us, but because we're trying to win souls. People think that there's some catch. And that's what Mr. Maloney was saying about the triathlon outreach, is that people thought we were handing out water and snacks and paper because we wanted them to come to our church. And they were really refreshed when they found out that wasn't the case. People aren't going to listen to what we say unless they see what we do. But if we do things to meet physical needs, we're still neglecting their most pressing need, and I don't think that's very loving. It's difficult to love people, heal people, and help people who don't want our love or don't think they have a problem. What do they need? It's hard to speak to their spiritual need without them thinking you're crazy. And it's hard to meet a physical need because they don't have many. So you pray. And you use relational evangelism, because relational evangelism is awesome! The end. Okay, I'm done. Oh hey look, it's 11:11. I wish you were here. Right now. True story.